YouTube! Welcome back. One girl and her dog rolling around as usual. What are you doing? Come on. And I'm back on home turf, back in the Peak District, and it feels good to be home, I have to say. I just want a stress-free camp tonight. So no wind, no spooky joggers, no nothing really, nothing to worry about. That's what I want. So I've come to a little place that I know. I've not been here for a couple of years, and I'm hoping that the little shelter that I found is still here. Come on you, what are you doing? These are the woods where I'm planning to camp. Hopefully there'll be nobody there. So peaceful here, it's lovely. Oh, I hope I've got this place to myself. There we go, look, here's the little shelter. It's changed a bit since I was last here. Didn't have a front on it last time. I can tell this wasn't the original workman because it's these branches haven't been cut like they should have been. There used to be a bed along here. You can still see some of it still there. So I think I'll come back and make this place into a proper shelter again. I think it needs mostly knocking down, but yeah, this should be cool. Little project for the summer. Anyway, I'm going to go and find my camp spot for this evening. Camp down by the river, I think. That's doing nicely. Right, time to get this tent up then. Xena, you pack it in. Tell you what, it's a lot warmer tonight than it was the other night at that castle. Blooming heck, that was freezing. Yeah, toasty warm tonight, no problems. Gonna get dinner on the go shortly. I've got hot dogs with onions tonight. Gonna cook those on the one tigress, the little twig stove. So that should be quite nice, little flame grilled sausages. Yeah. Yeah, quite nice and chilled here down by the little stream, babbling brook. Got the one tiger stove set up, look. Cheating, I've got firelighters. I've wet the ground all around. I mean, it's wet anyway, there's a big puddle in there. I've got these rocks for shelter. And I've got this rubber trivet on the floor here as well. So it should be perfectly safe there. Nice and sheltered. So, yeah, I'll get this firelighter lit. Hang on. That should burn away quite nicely, get a nice little bed of coals going. And then I've got a little pile of twigs and stuff, so I've got the smalls, mediums, large, 3 larger ones. It's pine, unfortunately, so it's not going to be great to cook on, but it is very, very old dead pine, so it shouldn't have too much resin in it. About ready to cook on. Yeah, and take about 10 minutes or so. Yep. They're about done. A little bit char grilled, but should be all good. Hot. And then let's see what these onions are like. Move that off there because it's full of oil and it will make the flames go boom. Yeah, they've done enough. Get you in there. Do you know what I forgot though? I forgot sauce. Damn. Put these out in that bowl of water there. Instant fire extinguisher. Right then. I've just lifted the stove off the trivet, rubber trivet. Look what it's done here, melted it. Let's have a little scorch mark there. I mean, it's not much. Do that, you never know, but yeah, it just shows you, doesn't it? How careful you need to be. If I didn't have that rubber trivet on there, that would have been a lot worse. That would have been a bad situation potentially, but that's why I am very, very, very careful. So I've got water down there and water down there in the stream. And all of this I've made wet as well, all underneath the rocks, all around here. I put loads of water everywhere just to be on the safe side. But yeah, just can't be too careful, can you? That's just a tiny, tiny little fire. If it's really bad now, I made a scorch mark. But you can't tell. Leave no trace, and no trace was left. That's the main thing. Pooch is all chilled out as usual, with the gym jams on. My summer sleeping bag. I'm gonna have to wash that sleeping bag before I start using it again. Well, this is much more relaxing. Oh, so much better than that crazy castle. This is why I do wild camping. So I just like to chill out and listen to nature and unwind. Anyway, I'll probably say goodnight now, really. And I'll catch thee in the morning. Unless there's any spooky joggers or anything going past the tent. You never know. Night. Morning, campers. Oh, Oh, I had a right good sleep last night. I think I had about 10 hours. Like, seriously, I'm not even joking. I think I fell asleep probably about 8 o'clock and woke up at 6:30. So, yeah, really enjoyed that. Really relaxed, and it's just nice hearing the little babbling brook going past the tent. Oh, my water's nearly boiled. Got my Storm and Norman cone as usual. If I can. This is the beauty of having a little trivet that you can move your stove around a bit very carefully. But you're there. Right. I tend to use my my lid to put it out. So I will demonstrate. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Pretty quick. There we go. Don't lift the lid off too quickly because you'll get a backdraft and it'll go whoo. That should be out. Yeah. Sweet. Right. Let's get morning coffee on. Can't beat the smell of methylated spirits cooking in the morning. Does definitely have its own aroma. A little stir. You waking up now, have you? I think somebody's wanting their breakfast, aren't they? You want some breakfast? Wait there, stop. What have I got? It's the same boring old kibble she always has. Mud on my knuckles. Good thing about having a Labrador is they are not fussy in the slightest. So I can just put this on the ground and you'll eat all of it, won't you? Stay there. Go on then. Is it all gone then? Bye. New little camping hack that I've discovered. It's probably more a tip for the girls than the boys, but if you do carry baby wipes just to give yourself a little bit of a freshen up, just use the bit of warm water from your morning coffee and then you've got like a hot towel. It's really good. Oh. Yeah, it's like, you know, when you go on the plane and they give you that hot towel after your meal. It's like that. Oh, so good. Always a bit of a mucky job with the one Tigress stove. Let's give it a quick wipe down on the grass. Just to get the worst of it off. And then I always clean it when I get home. Otherwise it just is horrible to try and put it together. You just end up with filthy hands. Stay there. Hello. What do you want? You want to go home? Yeah. You want some food? Oh, it's a good job I've still got food for you then, isn't it? I don't know what I did with it, but I have. Back up. Back up. Sit. Good girl. Touch. Touch. Spin. There you go. Go on then. Ruined my shot entirely, but nom nom nom. This was the little grill rack that I was using last night on the one Tiger stove. This is just a bit that I've cut off an old barbecue, you know, those little disposable barbecues, which I absolutely hate. They have no place in the Peak District or any of the other wild spaces. Sick of seeing them just left because they take ages to cool down, and people have finished their barbecues and go, oh, we can't take it home now, it's still really hot, oh, we'll just have to leave it here. Cheers. But anyway, that is at least one good use for them. It does pack away, super small, look. I think it's about 500 grams, that's the titanium version. Brilliant little stove, to be fair. I do like it. It doesn't come out with me that often, but every now and again it's a nice little change. You can do different things like burgers and sausages and things that you would normally sort of grill. It's good for that, and good for a little bit of warmth as well. Contained fire. But if you are having a fire in the Peak District, like I said last night, please be really, 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 really careful. There is a law actually preventing people from having fires in the Peak District. Not that many people actually listen to that. And before you moan at me, it technically covers any kind of stove and even technically a lighter. So, sorry, Xena's ruining my shot right now with a big head. Come on, shove it. There are no fires permitted in the Peak District. There is law in place that actually forbids that. Before you moan at me, if you're even questioning, like, oh, this could not be safe, don't have a fire. Make sure it's tiny and it's contained and you've got means of extinguishing it. Just basically don't be an idiot. Don't leave scorch marks on the ground. Don't leave your little ring of fire. Leave no trace. Start getting this tent packed down then. One down. Oh, I do personally love this bit. I don't know why, I find that really satisfying. Oh, right. Leave no trace. Not going to help that. That's just from my feet getting in and out the tent, but never mind.